Hey everybody, Mr. Chris here. Hey, today I wanted to make a quick video on the concept of mistakes. As beginning guitar players, really as intermediate guitar players, advanced guitar players, everybody, just basically in life, we all make mistakes. And mistakes are part of the learning process. You don't really learn from doing things correctly all the time. I mean, I guess you can. But you really learn more from when you make a mistake, you figure out why you made the mistake, what you can do to improve whatever it is that you made the mistake at, and then moving on. As a beginning guitar player, when you play and you're trying to learn something and figure something out, mistakes are 100% inevitable. And as an ongoing guitar player, when you're playing with other people, with a band, even on stage, sometimes you'll have an accident, you'll make a mistake, you'll miss something, you'll miss a chord, you'll miss a note. It's really important. Let's address these two different ideas. So let's talk about the beginning guitar player who makes mistakes as you're learning. There's different ways to go about going through your mistakes as you're trying to learn a song or trying to play something or learn something new. A lot of people, oftentimes they get stuck. Let's say you're trying to form a D chord or a G chord or some newfangled chord for your first time, and it's not quite coming out and sounding the way that you want it to. So if you're doing this in a progression of other chords in a song or in an exercise, some people get stuck and they try so hard to find perfection in the chord before they move on to the next part. And I often warn my students against that. My belief is that you're gonna come back around to that chord again. So just do the best you can at that part, move on with the song, and then when that chord comes back up, try better next time. Try to figure out what it was that you made the mistake with last time. If your finger was in the way or you weren't pressing down hard enough or whatever it was, or you couldn't quite find that note with your pick, just kind of move beyond it and try it again next time it comes around, because it will come around again. You will play the same chords over and over and over again. So there's no reason to spend 5 minutes, 7 minutes stuck trying to make something sound perfect the first time you do it. That's one sense to it. Another part of that same idea is, yes, if you're trying to learn a part, now this is more in the intermediate to advanced stage. If you're trying to learn a part, then yeah, you're gonna wanna hone in and go over something and figure out exactly what's wrong with that exact note at that exact moment and figure that out and then put it all back together. But that's a little bit different from when you're just starting off. When you're just starting off, play through the mistakes and keep going. Mistakes are all part of the learning process. Subsequently, let's say you're playing live with the band, you're an intermediate advanced player, and now you're playing on stage and you do something wrong. There are people who will stop dead in their tracks and they will just miserate on the problem. They will sit there and time passes by. And the worst thing you could do is, you're playing, you're doing something, you go, oh man! And you disrupt everything and you disrupt the flow of the music and everything that's going on. You've got to get past that. You got to pretend that the mistake didn't even happen. If you're playing live and you do something wrong, you just kind of go through it. Time continues, time passes on. That note is gone. Now you have to pick up where you are and move ahead with it. So as you're playing and as you're learning songs, instead of sitting to yourself, trying to concentrate on getting this mistake correct, try to practice going through the mistake and then coming back around. This is a skill that absolutely is a gem to develop. I've seen people just lose it on stage and it's disrupting for the whole show, for the band, for the whole thing. And I've personally made tons of mistakes on stage, and one of the things I pride myself on is being able to just pretend like it never even happened. And you just keep moving and keep flowing. And 99% of the people out there never even heard the mistake. Especially if you're really good at covering it up, it just flows in with the rest of the package. They never knew it happened. You didn't make a reaction to it. You just kept going. As far as anybody's concerned, it never happened. So that's kind of like my take on when you make mistakes in guitar, when you make mistakes in life. There's a time and a place to really hone in on it, but most of the time you want to just kind of move on. Especially in the very beginning, you don't want to get wrapped up when you're just a beginning guitar player learning stuff. You want to try things, try to get it right, hit it, and then move on to the next chord. Hit that, move on to the next chord, hit that, and then guess what? The other one's going to come back around, go back to hit that. In the intermediate stage, when you're really honing in on a part or a piece, yeah, that's the time to really just focus in and try to get things just perfect so that you can advance onto the advanced stage. And then when you're in the advanced stage and you do make a mistake, as we all do, don't make a big deal out of it. Just keep moving. Just keep moving like it never happened. And especially if you're playing live, nobody's going to notice. The one guy, the one musician, the one guitar player who's in the crowd who noticed, time's gone, 10-second passes, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So that's basically my take on making mistakes as you go along. Mistakes happen. Mistakes are how we learn. And thank God for the mistakes, right? Because I guess we'd never really advance without them. So anyway, that's my little short video for today on mistakes. I hope you found it helpful. And remember, if you like this video, or even if you didn't, please like and subscribe. You know, it just helps the channel out. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chris, the guitar teacher. I'll talk to you later.